Buddy the dog, what are you doing? Checking everything out? Well, we got lots more parts that we can put on that planter, and I'd kind of like to get it where it was ready to go. So we're gonna get started right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and we were very close last time to having the blower plumbed up, and we were short a hose and a fitting. I got those last night. Didn't get exactly what I wanted because, surprise, surprise, friends, the store didn't have everything on hand. And what I mean is, that's just a shade longer than I'd like it to be, but we're gonna roll with it. It won't hurt on this planter because I needed another one this length to do the one on the tractor, and I would rather have the, you know, appropriate length on the tractor, and then this one, as long as the oil goes where she needs to go, we're in good shape. So probably not much left to do other than just start in on it, you know. And what that's going to mean is we need to get the pipe plug out of this adapter fitting, and we're going to need to tape up this other one so we can put her together. We should probably also get the truck over here with the tools in it so we don't have to run all over. But I kind of messed around to figure out how I wanted it, and I think I'm just gonna, when we get this in there, I'm gonna tighten it down where it's about like that, and I think it'll be what we want. It may not be what we want, but it'll be close, you know. We may find out later that it was stupid and we shouldn't have done the thing that we did, but wouldn't be the first time that we messed up. Red pliers, where are you? Red pliers. Here, red pliers. Red pliers? Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know what happened to the stuff we need. It wasn't in the back of the pickup. I guess we'll spend half a day looking for it. Awesome. I love playing that game. There they are. Come on, red pliers. Come on, red. All right, let's do this. Ooh, we don't want it. I don't think I want it. Awesome. Well, there's part of it. Part of the struggle. Let's go back around here. And we did forget to do one hose. That one could be replaced. I might see about getting that made after a while and just have one made that way. Because it ain't very pretty, you see. It looks like it could leave the chat anytime. Maybe if I was a smart man, which we know that ain't the case, maybe I should pull this hose out this way and work on it in the open. Wouldn't that be cool? That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Normally, I am not a fan of using multiple fittings when I could go to a hose shop and get exactly the thing made. But I have found on planters and stuff like that, that if you try to use pipe thread hoses, that's a good thing, because you can get those at the store, and inevitably it'll be a Sunday afternoon when you blow a hose. So if you've already got it set up this way, you can just go to the farm store, grab another one, swap out, and you're good to go. I bet I made a boo-boo in judgment here. I did. I did make a boo-boo in judgment. It doesn't swivel. It doesn't swivel the right way. So I gotta put the SAE end in first. That's okay. We've been stupid before. All right. That part's done. Let's get us some hose clamps and see about maybe finishing up everything that's going on here, there, yonder. I don't even know what I'm gonna do here. I thought maybe I'd put, but I didn't get enough of them to do that. Put like 2 on each one. Let's start with this top one, because it is just as it's going to be. How many do I want on there? Well, there's room for 1. I guess I could get 2 on each one, but 1 will do. These hose clamps are not very good. As in, they don't, you can just tell they don't ratchet very smooth. I hope they hold. Oh, I'm not having luck with these. I might have to get a socket so I can turn them. There. That feels like that's not going anywhere. Let's see, this bottom one was the one I was gonna cut off some. So we should probably do that. Oh, there. I'm telling you, these little flies are about to drive me crazy. It's too many. I think if I'd cut off that much, it would be adequate. It's not in a bind, and it'll keep it up nice. Much more than that, and it's gonna kind of put it in a strain. So we can lose that much though. All right. Let's see what we can get by with here. Probably too much, but it's okay. Well, we'll live our life choices. I believe this area here is done, with the exception of that one hose that loops up, which I might take after a while and have one made, because yeah, we know that if that's the weak point, it'll probably fail on us. And then I need to get one hose made for the return on the tractor from our setup, and I'll probably just make it like I have whatever length on the other one, so that if we ever do get that right, we can just put it the way it needs to be. Yeah. So let's move on here. Let's get to the portion that we wanted to do the other day and never got to, which is taking this off, cleaning. I'm thinking that what's going to have to take place here is I'm going to have to get that clamp loose with the very rusty. That ain't never coming loose, let's face it. But it'd be nice. It'd be nice if it would even just twist off so we could do it. But we need to be able to slide, you see. And so that's got to happen. I don't know if it will or not, but see, I also, like I said before, I think that bracket is twisted a little bit, and that might have contributed to our air cracking thing, because then in turn that air tube is twisted because of stuff and things. So it is a carriage bolt, which means it's definitely going to turn and not hold it for us. But we can put the socket on it and the long ratchet. See what we get. Oh, I didn't realize that's only a half a clamp. It just, that's it. There's nothing on the bottom. What's gonna happen? Is that not a 9/16? It should be. Come on. It's either coming loose or it's twisting off. Nope, it's turning. Dang, I knew that would happen. Well, so much for that. That did get it loose though for us, so maybe we can cheat and keep going, and we'll deal with that in a minute when we want to put it back together. I'd like to see in here and see what we're in for. Get over. Oh, sure. There. Okay, let's get this off of there. Come on. Will you not let us there? I was gonna say. Rusty, crusty, nasty. Yeah. Lots of dirt. There is a little bit of some mud stuff in there, isn't there? That's good news. I can't hardly see in there, but ooh, there's some. Oh, well, I wonder if that's factory or if that's a problem. There's a fin with a tooth miss or a slit in it, but it kind of looks like it. There's another one, so I guess that is factory. Maybe they did some balancing at the factory. Well, I think we might have made it better. We can see now if we can plumb it up to the tractor here, or just hook it back up and see if we can make her go. All right, I need to tie my lever back. The blower's running, I can feel it. Yeah, we got a good blowing now. It seems to run smoother. Let's crank her up. That is smoother. think that's great. So, let's shut off the blower, pulling our twine string. All right, that's good to know that we've done the thing. So now, our next order of affairs is going to be to clean off this sad thing and get all those self-tappers out of there that somebody decided to put in there, because that ain't good for nobody. And I bet they're not this size, are they? Are they? Well, they might be. I might just as well sit here and do this by hand. I could get the mini impact, but I don't know. Let's just, I don't want to strip them off and then have to work twice as hard, and I don't want to drill out any, and you know what I'm saying? Because that's all an example of stuff that would probably happen to me based on my luck. I gotta switch gears a minute. I gotta get rid of some of this. It's hurting my feelings just seeing it. Too much. All right. Now, should we try to get some more of this abomination off of here? I mean, I don't think that geez, that is packed on there underneath. I don't know if I'll get it. How will I get to you? Oh, there is another one in there. It was so covered with stuff, I missed it. That's what I was afraid of. I knew there'd be one that would fight us. Well, let's do some test fitting and see what happens. This would have to go in there. This is not working like I wanted it to. Come on. Maybe I need to take both sides loose. I bet I'm gonna have to. Because I bet this ain't gonna slide in there like the old one as far. Okay. These are the kinds of things that just get us a little bit more time ate up in the project. Now we know that's not going to come loose based on the other side. Maybe it is. I can't see if we're turning yet or not. Yeah, we're turning. That's okay. That's okay. I like how these boxes are just enough where stuff won't lay up there. I want to see if you'll go on there. That's what I was thinking. It's a pretty tight fit. So, it's not like, yeah. And all my factory holes should line up. This is, I don't want to jinx myself, but this is actually going slightly better than I thought it would. Now immediately that I said that, it starts giving me fits. But I mean, stuff is happening, friends. Oh, we're struggling now. I knew we would. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. All right, you died, but I got her back together and even test ran it, and man, I blew out a lot of mouse house out of that tube. I got these end caps glued in, the adapter to the threaded plug, so I can take those back out now anytime I need to. And where I'm at now is, in a minute we're gonna test run it again. I put the plates back in because I got the gauge to move a little, but you're not gonna get much with the plates off. But what I wanna do is try to get these bolts loose. And the reason I need those tight is because the air pressure will actually walk this tube away, I discovered. So we really need bolts in there. And I ain't going back with carriage bolts, friends. I'm going back with a bolt I can actually hold the bottom side. And then that's that. But we're performing a carriage bolt delete. That's what we're doing. Now this one, of course, is going to be more difficult because there's a slow-moving vehicle sign. Now we can see what we're doing. Well, we didn't really want to be into the bracket, but I think we can break that off. Maybe we can if we have the red pliers. Come on, red pliers. See? Not a job they can't handle. But we'll get that where we can tighten those down snuggish so that it holds some tension on that pipe and it won't walk out. And then that'll be done. So I will go hunt up some bolts there, and then we will tighten those down and we'll give it a test and see what the gauge does. But we're in good shape now, friends. Things are happening. So I don't know, I may still replace that gauge because it's pretty original and I don't know how long I trust it to keep going. And the other ones are remote mounted with a hose, so that would be better for probably vibration. I don't know, but it's working, friends. It's working. All right, I think I managed to find just enough stuff to get us what we want. That wasn't easy either. Apparently I'm very low on 3/8 bolts. So I don't know. But that's in there. Let's see if we use the obnoxiously long ratchet. And we're gonna need the red pliers for this gig. Undercover red pliers. Can't see them, but they're there working their magic. We're probably gonna stop with that. Anytime you hear stuff crunching, that's probably a good time to quit. Let's take our show to the other side. Come on. Come on. Come on. Stuff is happening. Yeah, let's stop with that. Now, with any luck, when we fire it up, we should be able to crank that air so high that gauge just flips to the other side, you know. Yeah, see, I don't think our gauge works because I got her cranked up pretty aggressively and I can never get it to go farther than that. Yeah, I think our gauge is toast. But it's working, friends. We've got air to the units. Air to the units. You can feel it everywhere. Everything's clean. Yes, friends, progress was made today. We have a completed air system, with the exception of maybe this one hose that I might still replace. But otherwise, that part of the equation is done. So our next installment is going to be working on the row units and getting them ready to go. That will include brush replacement and putting a new chain on, and also, but not limited to, new plates, seed gates. I forgot about those. We got to put those in. And yeah, I think we're just going to go down the line and tackle them one at a time, ending with that one down there because that's the one where that bolt twisted off. So we're going to have to drill it out somehow, and we might see if we can use the right angle drill if we get next to the air compressor and get it in there. Otherwise, we got to pull the unit off so I can make that happen. But stuff's going and things are doing, and I think we're on the way. So this thing will be in the field, and that's pretty cool. So I am going to order a gauge, and then we should be on the right road. Also, while we're thinking about that note, let's look at our parts that came yesterday. I just dumped them in here, but I didn't look and see. Yeah, okay, there's the gauge bracket. Seed gates. There's the tube for the gauge. I ordered all the stuff to convert it over already, because I knew we were gonna get there. There's a bunch more springs. I don't know what this is. Decal. Oh, there's the fitting we need. Let's take a look at this real quick. I couldn't believe that they still offered it, so I ordered it just to see that that was the thing, and it is a 5100 decal. So we can stick that proudly on the front here over the one that's almost gone. But at any rate, the next video is going to be row unit rebuilds, and we're just going to go down the line with all the parts we got, whatever they need, and get them one at a time ready to roll. And then this thing should be done. I mean, that was the straightening out that plumbing and all that stuff, and that was the big hurdle, but we got that done. So we should just be able to knock these out one at a time, and we'll be on the right path. So until next time, I'm gonna call this one here. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.